Hello, hello, hello. Are you ready to do some yoga? Well, our little community class is taking place here tonight. I hope y'all will practice with me. Let's lie back. Start off with some breathing. As you breathe, scan around your body and see what needs your attention today. See if you find any places that feel strained or tired or sore. And if you find any places like that, direct your breath towards those areas. Take about 10 deep breaths, and then we'll move on into our leg exercises. If y'all see me looking over here, it's because my notes are over there. I have a whole bunch of things planned. I don't know that we'll get to them all, but we'll do as many of them as we can. Lie back, extend both arms straight out from the shoulders. As you inhale, right leg comes up. Keep your left leg engaged with the heel pushing away from your head and your toes pointing toward your head. As you exhale, right leg goes down to the outside of the body. Be careful not to let gravity over assist you. You want to stretch, not strain. As you inhale, back to center. As you exhale across the body and down towards the floor, you can look at the ceiling, or if you can do so comfortably, turn your head and look to the right. As you inhale, head and leg come back to center. If you're having any discomfort in your low back, wiggle your foot around a little bit while we have our leg up here like this. And only if you want to, ease that leg back just a little bit more. And again, only if you want to, as you exhale, head goes towards the knee, and you can hover that other leg off the floor a little bit if you want a little extra core work. Lower your head, lower that extended leg, release your hands, and as you exhale, slowly lower the leg to the floor. And when your foot hits the floor, let everything that's bothering you today sink into the floor. See how effortless you can be. As you inhale, other leg comes up. My hamstring on this leg is a little sore today, so I'm simply going to bend my knee. Bending your knee for these leg exercises is always an option. As you exhale, lower the leg to the outside of the body. Since my leg is bent, I'm in reclining tree. My left foot is against my right thigh. As you inhale, back to center. As you exhale, leg goes across the body and down towards the floor. Since my knee is bent, I'm using my hand on the outside of that knee. You can look at the ceiling, or if you can do so comfortably, you can turn your head and look to the left. Reclining spinal twist. As you inhale, back to center. Head and leg, back to center. only if you want to. Ease the leg back a little bit more. And again, only if you want to. As you exhale, head goes towards your knee. And you can hover that other leg off the floor a few inches. Just a little extra core work. Lower your head, lower your extended leg, and as you exhale, slowly lower the left leg to the floor. And when your foot hits the floor, once again, let yourself go. Let everything that's bothering you today sink into the floor. Let me see if I can improve the lighting in here a bit. It looks really dark on my monitor. Now let's lie back. Put both feet flat on the floor, knees bent. Take your right ankle onto your left knee. If this is enough, stay here. But if this is easy and not a challenge, raise your left foot. You can hold your leg on the back of your thigh, just above your knee. If that's still easy and not a challenge, drop your foot down and hold on the front of your shin. Pull back just a little bit. Your right hip will let you know how far to go. Switch sides whenever you're ready. Both feet flat on the floor again. This time the left ankle on the right knee. If this is enough, stay here. If you'd like a little more, raise the right foot, hold on the back of your thigh, just above your knee. If that's still not a challenge, drop your shin, move your hands to the front of your shin, and ease back. Your left hip will let you know how far to go. If that's enough for your hips, go ahead and repeat that. If you'd like a little bit more, you can come with me into resting pigeon. Right leg bent. Your left leg is going to go straight out behind you. Well, keep it bent if you're new to this. But if that's easy and not a challenge, you can straighten that back leg and come down onto your forearms. I like to make a little prop for my head with my two fists. Love that pose. That one really centers and grounds me and drains all the stress right out of my body. Switch sides. If you're doing the thread the needle still, just switch sides on that. You can keep your leg bent like this. Or if that's easy and not a challenge, you can straighten out that leg and come down. You'll notice I don't talk much when we're holding the poses. That's because yoga is an internal experience, and I don't want my chatter to distract you from experiencing the effects of the poses, the things that are going on inside you. Let's do a seated twist. Let's inhale, get tall. Opposite hand, right hand to the left knee. Left hand goes behind you on the floor. Stay tall, and as you exhale, twist. Even cut your eyes in the direction of the twist. Be careful. I have a tendency to twist too far and stay too long. And sometimes I bruise my bottom rib. So be mindful. Release whenever you're ready. Come back to center. Take a couple of breaths to center and ground you before you inhale. Get tall. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Be sure you're still tall. And as you exhale, twist. If you don't like using your hand as a prop behind you, you can just drape it across the back of your waist. Again, be very mindful. I really like this one, and as I said earlier, I have a tendency to twist too far and stay too long. Release whenever you're ready. Let's stir the pot. Now let's go the other way. Let's come to standing. For some hip circles. If you don't like your hands on your hips, you can just hang them to the sides. Now let's go the other way. Figure eights, half circle to the right, half circle to the left, alternating sides. Windmill. Raise your heels as you turn from side to side, so you'll be sure not to twist or wrench your knees. Let's widen our stance a bit. For a triangle, right foot out 90 degrees, left foot turns slightly in. Inhale the arms out to the sides. Now we're in 5-pointed star. And as we exhale, we're going to float down into triangle. You can look at the floor, the opposite wall, or you can turn and look up at your hand. As you inhale, come up. If you inhale while you're coming up, it helps even out your blood pressure, so you're less likely to get lightheaded. But if you ever get lightheaded, if you're doing yoga or anything else really, just lie down and breathe however your body wants to breathe until your head stabilizes. Okay, for pyramid, on the right side, we're going to turn our torsos. We're going to inhale, get tall, and as we exhale, we're going to float down. Head goes towards the knee. As you inhale, come back up. Switch sides. Left foot goes out 90. Right foot turns slightly in. Inhale the arms up. Here we are in 5-pointed star again. And as we exhale, float down. You can look at the floor, the opposite wall, or turn and look up at your hand. Inhale as you come up. Turn your torso to face your 90-degree leg. Here we go to pyramid. Inhale. Get tall. And as you exhale, float down. Head goes towards your knee. Inhale as you come up. Okay, back to the mat. For crab. Feet flat on the floor, knees bent. I was taught to do this with my fingers pointing towards my body, but I've found over the years that my wrists stay happier if I turn my hands outward. I may have some repetitive use issues with my wrists, and this keeps them happier. 20 years of massage therapy and too many chaturangas back in the 80s and 90s when power yoga was all the rage has taken a toll on my wrists. So I'm going to turn my hands outward. And you just push with your arms and engage your core and come up. Some people call this reverse table. If you don't want to stay up there the whole time, you can do reps. I can remember Richard Simmons used to call these buttocks tucks on the old Richard Simmons show, which I always loved watching. And to come out, you just sit down. If that's easy and not a challenge, you can take it up to reverse plank. Some people call it inclined plane. Your legs are straight this time. And your hands, I'm going to point mine outward again, even though, again, I was taught to point my fingers toward my body. But this just works better for me. Don't be afraid to modify to make things work better for you. And you just come up. To come out, you just sit back down. Are you ready for boat? Easy boat. Feet on the mat, knees bent. Put your hands on the backs of your thighs, right above your knees, like we did for thread the needle. And before we go into boat, be sure you've got plenty of room behind you for you to fall over backwards without hitting your head on a wall or furniture. When you're ready to go up, just raise your feet, and you can just stay here. If this is enough for you today, if that's easy and not a challenge, you can straighten the legs and maybe even release your hands or not. It's your boat. You do it the way you want to do it. Another variation, anchored boat. Extend back on your elbows. Raise the legs. To come down, just lower your feet. On to bridge. Feet flat on the floor. When you're ready, start coming up, tailbone first. come down, exhale. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Press the curve out of your low back as you come down to soothe your low back a bit. Then raise your feet. Take a nice little rock and roll on your low back. Because bridge asks a lot of your low back. You'll notice that when we were in bridge, we locked our chins down like that, which squishes your thyroid. And you want to open that thyroid back up. Otherwise, your metabolism might drop for about 24 hours or so. So let's do a fish. We're going to do our fish in seated hero. Just take your hands to the outside again and drop your head back. If you don't like sitting back on your heels, you can do the same thing in easy pose. Hands on either side. Drop your head back. Now let's do some seated forward folds. Beginning with Janusirsasana, or single-legged seated forward fold. Extend your right leg. Left foot goes against the right thigh, somewhere in between the knee and the groin. Inhale, get tall. Always get tall before you fold forward. And as you exhale, float down to your perfect point of stretch and challenge. Be sure you're comfortable because we're going to stay here for a while. If you go too far, you find yourself uncomfortable, wait for an inhalation. You'll notice when you inhale, you tend to draw up a little bit out of the pose. And when you exhale, you tend to release a little further into it. It's a natural wave-like motion that is just part of this pose. Enjoy it. And if you need to use the wave-like motion to adjust, please do so. Inhale as you come up. Switch sides. Left leg is extended. Right knee comes in. Right foot goes against your left thigh, somewhere between the knee and the groin. Inhale, get tall. Float down to your perfect point of stretch and challenge. And again, use your breath if you need to adjust where you are while you're holding this. Inhale as you come up. Now let's extend both legs. Paschimottanasana, or full seated forward fold. Inhale, get tall, float down. Inhale as you come up. Let's do a legs up the wall. Mine will be legs up the column. This is one of the most relaxing, restorative poses in all of yoga. It reverses the pull of gravity on your body, specifically your legs, drains all the stale, stagnant blood out of your lower extremities. And when you get up, your feet and legs are flooded with fresh blood. You can hold this from 1 minute. 5 minutes seems to be real popular. I've been known to stay in it up to 20 minutes. If I'm staying 20 minutes, I'm going to move around some. While I'm in it, I may bend my knees, put the soles of my feet together, splay my legs apart. If you move your legs around some, you can stay in it longer. If you're staying too long with your legs extended straight up, your body will let you know. Your feet will become excessively cold or begin tingling. Feel like they've fallen asleep. If you feel any of those sensations, While you're in, legs up the wall, that is your body saying thank you very much. It's time for you to bring your legs down. This is the first Tuesday that we have missed our public class. Our last class on Thursday, just 5 days ago. Seems like we're in a different world now than we were then. I'd like to remind you that we have to maintain physical distance temporarily. They're calling it social distance, but no, we don't have to maintain social distance. Y'all are free to contact me. You can text me on my cell phone. You can shoot me an email. You can talk to me on Facebook. I'm here for y'all. This is temporary. Our little community class will come back. I just don't know when. I've asked the city if I can move the class online while the recreation center is closed, and they have not answered me yet. So I wanted to put this class together to encourage you to continue your practice while we're on this hiatus. I hope it is brief, but if it is not, I will put classes online. To be honest, I've had every stream of revenue in my life abruptly cut off. So this one is completely free, but future ones I may have to charge a nominal fee for those classes. I'll try to keep them affordable, and I'll always have lots of free content. I'm speaking right now directly to the people who are part of our community class. But anyone else, you're welcome here too. You're free to enjoy the class. And if I wind up having to sell the classes online off my website, you're welcome to participate there too. I want to keep your practice moving. It's important. Yoga helps reduce stress and it increases immunity. Corona means crown, as in the crown chakra. But it seems it's instilling some fear in us, which is the root chakra, which wants us. Our root chakra is all about survival. So if we get afraid, we go into instinctual survival mode. And if fear hits you, that's okay. That's okay. Feelings are neither right nor wrong. They just are. But feelings seem to come in waves. You may be fearful, And then 10 minutes later, you're back full of love, which is your crown chakra. So don't be surprised if we're oscillating between survival mode and crown chakra love mode. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. If you become fearful, love yourself until the feelings pass. Let's finish with a relaxation. I haven't had any music tonight because if I play music that I don't own, YouTube will not play our video because of copyright issues. I'm doing a meditation for relaxation and health that I wrote because I don't have any copyright issues with my own meditations. So find a comfortable position. If you prefer to sit, sit. If you prefer to lie down, feel free to lie down for Savasana. After the asanas, it's beneficial to do a focused relaxation exercise. This relaxes any muscular tension and alleviates any lingering fatigue or strain, both physical and mental. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying in the corpse pose. It's easier to relax when you are using a position that is comfortable to you. Let me grab my tinctures so we'll know when it's over. Close your eyes and breathe through your nostrils. Gently, comfortably, and deeply. Let the breath flow easily, without exertion. Feel the cool air of the inhalation as you feel your belly gently rise. Then the warm air of the exhalation as your belly slightly sinks. Now tell yourself, I empower my body to unleash its limitless capacity for healing on anything that threatens my physical, emotional, or mental health. Next, relax the top of your head, the back of your head, forehead, eyebrows, space between the eyebrows, eyes, eyelids, cheeks, and nose. Keep breathing softly. Pay special attention to your jaw. If you need to open your mouth and move your lower jaw slowly and gently open and shut, maybe side to side, to coax the jaw muscles to relax, please do so. Sometimes we allow a lot of tension to accumulate in the jaw. Allow your jaw to expand into relaxation. Relax the back of your neck, your throat, the tops of your shoulders, the backs of your shoulders, your upper back, and your chest. Keep breathing softly and comfortably. Relax your upper arms, lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers and fingertips. Relax your belly, low back, hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. As you inhale, breathe in strength, vitality, peace, and relaxation. As you exhale, expel all your tension, worries, aggravations, frustrations, and anxieties. If you need to make your exhalation longer than your inhalation, please do so. Inhale and exhale with these intentions again and again. Relax your toes, feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, hips, low back, belly, and chest. Continue breathing out all stress and inhaling perfect acceptance, perfect support, and perfect health. Again, affirm to your body, I empower my body to unleash its limitless capacity for healing on anything that threatens my physical, emotional, and mental health. Relax the back of your shoulders, upper back, upper arms, lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers, and fingertips. Relax the whole body. Let yourself go. See how effortless you can truly be. Again, notice the calm and serene flow of your breath. Stay here for just a little longer. Slowly and gently open your eyes. Stretch your body in any way that feels good. Try to keep this calm, spacious, peaceful feeling with you for the rest of the day. Thank you all for coming. Namaste.